name's Clay Hurley. Welcome to the video. Today I thought it'd be fun. Well, actually, I didn't think it'd be fun. My friend, he suggested to me that he was like, "Hey, why don't you make this?" And I didn't have any other video ideas, and so I was like, "Yeah, alright." And so here we are. So today I was told that I should make the Sans mask or helmet. I don't know who Sans is. I asked my friend, he was like, "Oh, he's a video game character, he's really cool." I was like, okay, sure. And so, here it is. It doesn't have the exact shape of the actual Sans, because that's very hard to actually execute on a small budget and stuff like that. And he's not as smooth as I would want him to be. There's an explanation on that later in the video. Things went a little wrong, but I think I did pretty good. And let me turn this off so you can. I've noticed that in videos, I don't know if it's the same with this. This doesn't look as blue. It's pretty blue in real life, and then for some reason this looks blue. It doesn't look blue in real life. So this is the mask. It's relatively simple, but it's still pretty cheap. Let me just go ahead and tell you guys what we're gonna need, and then we'll get right into the video. First up, plaster repairs. We're gonna be doing kind of a paper mache type thing on this. I personally hate paper mache, but there was kind of no other way to do it. And so I used, instead of using just glue, I used plaster repairs. So that's solid. And then you're gonna need newspaper for the paper mache as well. Oh, this was like $3 or $4, by the way. You're probably gonna need about 1 or 1.5, depending on how liberal you apply it. Balloons, 2 balloons, those are $1. Some sandpaper, air dry clay. This is the air dry clay that I used for my Joker mask. If you guys want to see that video, there's either going to be a link in the description, or if I figure out how to put it on the screen, then I'll put it on the screen right there. So air dry clay. You're not going to need a lot, so you can get a small little container of it for a couple bucks. Mainly, you're just going to be using the air dry clay for mainly just the mouth, but I added a little bit on the bridge of the nose and a little bit for eye bags. This is kind of optional, but I suggest it. Flex seal. This was more for a joke, but it was a $12 joke. So if you don't want to do that, then use plastidip. It's $4, and it's the same thing. It's like a rubberized coating, kind of. You just put it on there, and it just helps harden it and make it sturdy. You're gonna need some white spray paint, some black acrylic. Oh, you're gonna need little flashlights that I found at Dollar Tree. They have like a single LED in them. You'll see those later in the video. Yeah, that's all I can think about right now. So yeah, that's what you're gonna need. So yeah, let's just get right into it. All right. So I'm sitting here, I'm trying to edit this video, and I realized that I didn't do a very good job recording the video in the first place. So I'm probably gonna do a lot of narration, and I'm just gonna do the best I can. Hopefully you guys can understand it. I kind of rushed the video, I'm not gonna lie, so sorry about that, but yeah. So you kind of just literally mix some plaster together, and then paper mache 2 balloons. You want one slightly smaller, one slightly bigger. This is gonna give you the basic shape of the actual head. And then while that dried, I played with my dog for a second. And then, as you can see, it's pretty rough, actually. And so I tried to just put more plaster on it to try and smooth it out. And it was just really hard to sand. So I figured I would just start over, and it made me go a little crazy. I'm freaking... God, that's rough. Woo! So these are the redone ones. This is the smaller balloon that I was talking about. I'm cutting the bottom off so then it can fit on the bigger balloon like this.
And then I'm drawing a line where they meet, and I'm cutting that off of the bottom half of the balloon. And then I'm going to be temporarily hot gluing them together because I'm going to be permanently putting together a plaster later. Alright, so I cut out the eyes and the nose, and then I'm going to be working on the mouth right now. So I'm literally just using air dry clay, and I also decided to put on some bags because he has some like eye bags. And when you're putting air dry clay on this plaster, you're gonna really need to wet down or like put some water on the plaster, otherwise it won't stick. Also, I decided to put like the bridge of the nose, like a skeleton has, and some cheekbones because he has those little cartoon lines for cheekbones. So I figured I would just put little balls of clay on there and call them cheekbones. Right now I'm rolling out and kind of just drawing like a basic smile and cutting it out. And then again, just really using that water to kind of put it on there. And when you do the teeth, you want to make sure that you remember that they're not perfectly spaced and they're not even at all. So right now I'm just rolling out little snakes of clay and kind of doing like kind of lips, but not lips because he's a skeleton, so skeletons don't have lips. But it's just kind of like a separation between the teeth and the rest of the mask. So just kind of blend them out into the rest of the mask using your fingers and some water. Alright, so I have the face, like the smile and everything. So I have a curve here, I have a curve all down here, and then I have a curve here. And I'm gonna cut it so that it kind of replicates like the bottom jaw of a skull. Because right now when you wear it, it looks stupid just having like all this. And so I'm just gonna kind of cut it and try to make it look like an actual skull. Alright, so I'm gonna mix up some more plaster and I'm just gonna kind of drip it on here and smooth it out. I mean, mostly just on the parts where the clay meets the plaster, because when the clay like fully dries, it is not gonna stick at all. So I gotta kind of help it. I don't think I'm gonna actually cover the mouth just because it's gonna harden it anyway. Alright, so now I'm just going to get some more newspaper strips and reinforce this and make it look smooth. You want to be pretty careful because when you put wet plaster back on the dry plaster, it kind of makes the dry plaster more brittle and actually end up cracking the mask right on the eye, right here. Oof, look at that, brutal. And so I kind of freaked out and just put a whole bunch of plaster on there just to try and fix everything. And it made it look really rough and made a really big mess. So just be careful when you're doing this part. Okay, not gonna lie, a little bit of a mess. Things went wrong. Here's where we're at. I know, Clay, you went ahead a lot and didn't film it. Get these glasses out of here. I sanded it to the best of my ability. It's still very rough because, okay, here's what went down. For some reason, when you put the wet plaster on the dry plaster, it like insta dries the wet plaster and it makes it 10 times harder than the original dry plaster. And so it just made it insanely difficult to sand. So I did the best of my ability. Sorry, I'm already way past schedule on this. And then I covered it with some Flex Seal. New Flex Seal from Brills with. You know, don't you just hate it when you're eating some popcorn with your special fork
And then you put it down on the table, and uh-oh, you left your freaking Dremel rotary tool running, and it slices it clean in half. Well, that's not a problem with some freaking Flex Seal. You just slap that on there. Bada bing, bada boom, you got a new fork. You got a nice little aftertaste of rubber, but inside. And I hope this joke was worth the freaking $12 because that's half my budget for this. This project's making me go insane. So I covered it in Flex Seal. I covered it in Flex Seal to try and smooth it out more. And that didn't really work. And then I went ahead and I put some plastidip. Newsflash, plastidip is pretty much Flex Seal, but $4. It's just a rubberized coating. So I sprayed it with some Flex Seal, I sprayed it with some plastidip. That's what the black is on the inside. And then I spray painted it with the white. And then I just went ahead, very basic, just did the lines with black acrylic. You don't need to see me doing that because it's very easy. Right now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna put the black on the eyes and the nose and then try to figure out the light. Let's just go ahead and do that. I'm going insane. Alright, so what I'm doing, I have this old shirt. It's pretty see-through already, but if you stretch it, it's really see-through. So we're gonna cut out some of it and put it on there.
So this is actually very easy. You just cut it out, glue it in there, you stretch it, and then you glue the other side down, and this should help you make like little see-through patches. As you can see right here, you can see through it, but you can't see into the mask. So I'm working on the lights right now, and there was a couple different things that I was trying and it wasn't working, and so I'm just gonna kind of just tell you what I did in the final product. I got 2 little flashlights from Dollar Tree. They were $1 each, and they had, instead of having like 3 LEDs or something like that, they had 1 little LED in the middle. I guarantee if you go to Dollar Tree and you look for them, you'll find them. And so I literally just took them out. I took the battery pack and everything out, and to where it was just the wires, the light, and then the battery pack. And then I just taped everything together. It's very simple. Connected the negative to the negative, positive to positive, all that good stuff. So I took one of the 2 light things that I had, and the LED was too small to be the big blue eye that I wanted it to be. And so I'm kind of just taking like some foam and some metal like reflective tape. It's literally like a couple dollars. I'm basically making another flashlight, but just to the size that I wanted it to be. And you want to make sure that on the back of the light, you like cover it with tape, so then it's not shining into your eye and you blind yourself. But literally I'm just kind of cutting some reflective tape, making a little cylinder type thing to the size of the eye that I wanted it to be. And then to make the eye blue, I used binder like dividers, like the clear blue ones, and I'm cutting a bunch of circles out of that, and then I am using that to make the light blue. I'm sure there's an easier way to do this. Like, you could literally just use those like book light things from Dollar Tree, like the extendable ones, but I couldn't find one of those, so this is what I'm doing. I'm really just making it harder for myself, but if you find something easier, then do that. So the mask is a little bit wobbly right now, so I'm putting some pads in there. I'm cutting up some craft foam that I have and putting it where my forehead rests and along the sides of the mask, just so it's a little less wobbly and it fits better. Alright, so since the pads are in there, now when you put it on, it's still loose and wobbly, but that's the best I can do. But yeah, I think it'll be fine. And it gives you more space for the front of your face. So now I'm gonna go, I'm actually gonna go spray that with some plastidip. Do I still have some plastidip? A little bit. All right, I'm gonna go spray that with some plastidip. I'm gonna cover the eyes so they don't get covered and then you can't see out of it. But yeah, I'm gonna go do that. I'm probably not gonna show it because I'm just gonna be spraying it, So when you're putting in the lights, kind of just line them up to where they look good, but then you can still see out of the mask. And then I'm literally just hot gluing them down. But with the battery packs, I'm not hot gluing the battery packs. I'm taping them in so then you can change the batteries later.
All right, ladies and gents, there you have it. Your very own Sans helmet, Sans mask, whatever you want to say. No, this is not just going to be a mask channel. Nice try. God, there you have it. It took some work, but if you're able to stick through it, now you got yourself a cool little thing. You can see through it. This eye you can't really see through, but this eye you can. God, I'm tired. Let me know what you guys thought down in the comments. Let me know if you guys have any ideas or any suggestions for what I should make next. Let me know in the comments down below. If you guys want to follow my Instagram and my Twitter, I'm going to have those things in the description. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. And yeah, I think that's about it. I don't write scripts for this. Should I? Let me know, link in the description. Or in the comments section. Alright, see you guys in the next video. Bye.